presentation. Computed radiography. In computed radiography, an image starts with a cassette and an imaging plate. Once the patient gets exposed, the imaging plate then captures the remnant beam. Then the latent image is stored on the imaging plate until it is inserted into a CR reader. The CR reader then removes the imaging plate and then begins scanning with a stimulating helium laser. The trapped electrons start to gain energy as the stimulating laser hits it, and then that allows the electrons to move from the active layer to a lower energy state. At this low energy state, that is where electrons begin to emit a blue light captured by the photomultiplier tubes. The photomultiplier tube then converts light into an analog electric signal to be viewed on a monitor. Here is a visual drawing of the CR image acquisition for a better understanding. Photostimulate, Photostimulable phosphors hold the latent image by absorbing radiation. It stores the energy from excited electrons as well as released electrons in the form of light under exposure from a stimulating laser. The material that is made from PSP screens is made of crystal lattices. The ability of the imaging plate to store and release image information is classified as photostimulable luminescence phosphor, which releases trapped energy as light when excited by a high intensity laser beam. In digital radiography, an image is a collection of pixels which is then assigned a numerical value that is determined by the relative attenuation of X rays passing through the corresponding volume of tissue. Only in digital radiography you will see the use of charge coupled devices, which helps to illuminate areas that have low level visible light, and thin film transistors, that is a charge sensitive device that collects electrons. In direct radiography, the X-ray exposure is directly converted into a computer with the use of an imaging plate, TFT, and a CCD. A cassette is not used. A thin film transistor is an array of small detector elements known as DELs. When light gets converted into an electrical signal, the electric charge produced by the capture element in a thin film transistor is stored in the storage capacitors, and it gets read by the thin film transistors. The each DEL, it then transmits the electric signal to the computer where it is converted into a digital signal so it can be visualized on a monitor. A charge-coupled device generates an electric charge when stimulated by light. It then stores the charge into a capacitor. The pixel then dislodges the electrons when stimulated by light. Then the row gates are charged in a sequence. The signal goes to the capacitor, then to the monitor to be visualized. Digital receptor response to exposure is linear, and the range of exposures is wide. The advantage of a digital image receptor is that it can respond to exposure levels that are significantly lower and higher. In conclusion, the difference between computed and digital radiography greatly differ. In computed radiography, a cassette and CR reader is needed, and in DR, the image is readily available seconds after exposure to convert X-rays into an electrical signal. A thin film transistor and a charge coupled device help to assist the digital image in acquiring an image.